Hi everyone. Interesting weekend, don't you think? William finally landed in Singapore, and again, it is a huge success. The streets are again lined with people who have come to see him and greet him, and the ease with which he accepts it is phenomenal. Although he is the rock star and everyone is there to see him, he seems to remain relatively down to earth. I love the way he acknowledges the people. For me, it is so important. You know, I know, for instance, David and Victoria Beckham had kicked dust in Harry and Meghan's eyes with their documentary, but I got so mad when they left some hotel in Paris after the fashion shows and there were fans and photographers waiting, and David ushered his daughter along, and both him and Victoria ignored the people. You know, a smile and a wave cost absolutely nothing and takes none of your time. And I mean, if it wasn't for those fans and admirers, you would not have been where you are today. If people did not like the Spice Girls and did not buy tickets to their concerts, Victoria would not have had the career she has today. And the same applies to David. They were made rich by their own efforts and hard work, but mostly because those very people they shun when it suits them liked what they were doing and paid their hard-earned money to see them and or buy what they produced. I can tell you a story of one of our local singers whose fame went to his head. So much so that after one of his concerts, I gave all his CDs to my father and never purchased one again or attended any of his concerts again. But the guy is dead now, so I'll let bygones be bygones. Anyway, that is what I love about William and Catherine, the ease with which they handle the public, their maturity when they deal with the public and the press. If you've watched them, you'll notice that they give the public and the press exactly what they want. Photographs of the kids' first day at school. They allow them in at the events they attend, even when they do so with the children. And then they, William and Catherine, get the payoff. They and the children do not get harassed on a daily basis, and the kids get dropped off and picked up from school in absolute peace. And when they are on holiday or on leave, they are also mostly left alone. Now, I find this so mature and so wise, and I cannot understand why other celebrities, including the ex-royals, ex-celebrities living in Montecito, has not adopted that attitude. What I also find hilarious is that Meghan is too dumb to realize that the games she plays with the press is the very reason why we see so many horrible pictures of her and so few bad pictures of Catherine. You see, Catherine knows when the press will be taking photographs, so she makes sure her hair is shiny, she has some makeup on, and that she's on her best behavior. However, because Harry and Meghan are on this privacy tour, they are actually encouraging and drawing out sneak photographs being taken by paparazzi and sugars, and therefore we so often see Meghan looking like a prune or with dirty hair or pulling a face. And while we are talking about pulling faces, can anyone please tell me why Meghan pulls these faces whenever she is dancing. Now, how do I explain it to you? Okay, I'm going to try. When normal people dance and having a good time, they are usually laughing or smiling. But when Megan dances, she looks like a stripper performing for a room full of rich old men. The way she sucks in her cheeks when she's dancing and trying to look all sultry. Even when she's dancing in a crowd at a concert, I mean, it's just hilarious, but also, a bit sickening. Yes, of course, Meghan and Harry had to do something to attract attention while William is in Singapore. So, what did they do? They went all the way to Las Vegas to watch Katy Perry's final concert of her Las Vegas residency. Hence the awkward marionette like cheap stripper dancing again. Poor woman. She has no rhythm. And those arms. Oh. You know, shame. I hate mocking somebody's body. Body shaming is horrible. And I myself look like a dumpling these days. But can someone please, please tell Megan to drop her arms, please? I swear her left arm cannot go straight anymore. I am certain it is frozen at the elbow, and as a result, she looks like a seal flapping its flippers 9 out of 10 times. If there is someone who really, really needed finishing school, it is Meghan Markle. She never looks natural, and her acting and poses are indeed all wrong. And seriously, I wish this year was over so Harry can take off for Africa to go catch elephants or plant trees or something. Because if I have to look at his sour face at a pop concert once more, I'm going to get sick. Katy Perry is one of my grandson's favorite performers, and Roar, one of his all-time favorite songs. And you know what? While Harry sits there and looks like he is sitting in a dirty nappy, there are others whose dream it is to be there. Harry is one of the most ungrateful, sour, petulant pieces of work I have ever seen. Good golly, I'm 100% sure William and Catherine, Charles and Camilla, Anne, and all the rest at days or events they really, really do not feel like going to from time to time. But they managed to grunt and bear it and even put a smile on their faces. Besides, Harry is even better off than they are. If he does not want to be somewhere, he can just say no or no thank you. And if it's not the place or the event making him blow up his mouth like that, but Megan, then he needs to do something about that as well. You cannot be that unhappy all of your life. Nothing, but nothing is worth that. Now, I know there are children involved. One way or another, there are children involved. Whatever you believe, even if you believe the children are actors, they have still committed to having 2 children as far as the public is concerned. Honestly, guys, I am saying this despite the fact that I know an Archie exists because I feel the need to fill the gaps sometimes, the between the lines type of gaps, because people are inclined to twist my words and your words. But anyway, Everything I know is more complicated when there are children, pets, a home, etc., etc. I know that. But things have a way of sorting itself out eventually. But nothing, absolutely nothing, will be sorted if someone walks around in a cloud of anger, hate, self pity, and misery, just like old Harry's been doing for the last couple of years. And that, my dears, is yet another fact. Okay, now let's address another elephant in the room in this particular video, because tomorrow I want to address something which is royal related, but which I think is way past due to be discussed, and something which makes me both angry and sad. It will also be a longer video, but for now, let's address the big grey elephant in the room, namely King Charles III's 75th birthday. Now, Charles is turning 75 on the 14th of November. 75, in my opinion, is a milestone birthday. And if you are a Christian, you will also consider anything above 70 or 72 as borrowed time. Now, I don't mean this in a negative sense, okay? Life has changed, medical treatments have changed, but yeah, it is something I think to rejoice and be grateful for. I mean, be grateful to be able to celebrate these birthdays. Now, King Charles said that he does not want anything big or spectacular for his birthday. But from what I hear, he did agree to a celebration at Clarence House for his closest family and friends next week, Tuesday. Allegedly, Harry was invited, but he turned down the invitation. Now, I suspect that he was invited, but not Meghan, and that is why, or at least one of the reasons why, he turned the invitation down. Now, look, Charles may, but William and Catherine, and likely Anne, Edward, and Sophie, will never forgive Meghan. They may be forced to tolerate her for a minute or two in the future, but they will never forgive, like, or trust her again. The other reason why I think Harry is not keen on going is because I think he feels so guilty about what he has done and said that he feels awkward and uncomfortable among his own family. I also think he fears certain questions being asked. However, does Harry actually realize how big a sin he is committing? After all, honor thy father and mother that your days may be long is one of the commandments. And you know what, guys? That is one commandment you will find in one form or another, regardless of which religion you follow. Another practical truth is that what you do to your parents is likely to come back to you, because we are what we were made to be. You know, nature versus nurture. Remember? So maybe it is time Harry starts thinking ahead and think about how he would feel the day Archie or Lily turns his or her back on him. Now, talking about Archie and Lily, I think the fact that Harry and Meghan again traveled to Las Vegas so soon after their island holiday, I mean, Las Vegas being 5.5 hours per car away from Montecito, does not tell me anything good about their relationship with those two small children. And as time passes, I'm becoming more and more concerned about those two children. I think it is time we start asking The same questions we have been asking for 4 years all over again. Where did those babies come from? Do they have royal DNA? Are they receiving proper care? Are they actually safe with Meghan Markle? Okay, guys, now that is it for today. We are in the middle of year-end exams, and I will be traveling up and down to our neighboring town quite a bit over the next 3 weeks. So I had my GoPro fixed and maybe using it to record videos while waiting for appointments on the days that I am not home. Anyway, for now, I have to go though. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.